Jokic and Team Serbia steamroll Puerto Rico. D-line takes us online. Plus, we check back in with Jamal Murray and, Canada. This is the DNVR show. And we're back.
Hey,
we're doing a show here. Welcome back into the Toyota Lounge.
Oh, man, spacious.
Spacious.
It's got that new lounge smell.
This lounge has four-wheel drive. This lounge came at a great price.
You know what? This lounge makes me feel safe.
Makes me feel safe. This is a family lounge.
I would say in many ways. Also, not always.
Not always, actually. Yeah, that's Toyota is a family car. This show, it varies.
It's for the D-gens.
To remind you, this is the DNVR show, hosted live in the DNVR bar on the corner of Colfax and New York here in Denver. I'm Brendan Vogt. That is D-Line Co.
Hi, Brendan Vogt. It's nice to see you here. What a beautiful day.
What a beautiful day. We moved yesterday's show to Saturday.
Right. What is that for? What are we reacting to on Saturday?
Well, Serbia and Team USA will play on Saturday.
So both. Okay.
So both. It just felt like, why talk yesterday with nothing when we could talk about the actual games.
Yeah. We
know?
have a strict policy of always having something.
You want to have something to talk. I've learned that in my ears. You really want to have something.
We have a great
to talk
show
about.
today, though. Listen, man. Online with D-Line. Cult legend.
Online with D-Line. And what a treat, by the way. We did, in fact, get some Serbia basketball this morning. And there's really nothing better than watching Jokic play. The only thing that's better than watching Jokic play is when it's in the Olympics before 11 a.m. It's like finding $20 in your pocket.
See,
you know?
Am I jet lagged? I'm not jet lagged. I'm not on the Olympic timing currently.
Okay. I get it.
I don't know when anything's on.
You guys also do a lot at
that's
DNVR.
True. Yeah, like I show up to work and then everybody's like talking about basketball.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
like, what the H?
Where you guys were watching sports.
I'm like drinking my coffee.
Yeah.
Like, what the H?
I'm like a teacher in the summer, you know?
Yeah.
I grade some papers and I try to convince you I worked real hard, but let's be no, I'm just watching Jokic and Team Serbia. Well, listen, Eric, Jokic and Team Serbia needed a big win after a big loss in terms of deficit to Team USA.
Point differential matters.
They got one today, buddy.
Yes, they did.
107-66 against Puerto Rico. Jokic cruised.
Three quarters.
Did you see anything? You see?
Yes, I
highlights,
watched. I watched because I have Fubo. Oh. Fubo will actually record the events for you, and you can go back and watch it from the beginning as though it's a live broadcast. So I was just behind you guys.
Gotcha.
Because again, like what's the word? Work.
Oh, that's right. That sounds brutal.
Well, I certainly don't recommend it, but all the same, I was able to get to your boyish level at a certain point.
Yeah,
it just took me a little while. But so I saw Jokic just absolute, like, for all of the feelings we had after the U.S. versus Serbia game, where you're like, well, you know, there's just levels to this. It's like, oh, there's other levels to this.
But beneath the top level, there are still levels.
There's so many levels. Holy smokes.
Serbia, certainly.
Dude, they clowned Puerto Rico.
They really did.
Holy smokes, man. They just annihilated them.
Yeah, well, that kind of leads me to my big takeaway. Not that this is a winner's lounge necessarily.
Why not?
But, you know, after game one, it was such a Denver Nuggetsy kind of, like, when Jokic is on, they have a chance. When he's off, they don't.
Yeah.
They need to hit their threes. And, of course, they're playing against the best roster in the world.
Right, which I don't think we necessarily weighed heavily enough.
We could have hammered that a little harder.
Well, we didn't realize, man, like, that's the thing, is that this is why it's so lame that the U.S. sent all of these guys, because it's just like, what do you, come on, man.
That being said, if you're going to look at the crop of teams that are looking to measure themselves against them. Serbia was certainly one of them.
Yes.
So it didn't go well in that game. Went quite well today against Puerto Rico.
What was the final deficit?
So it was 66 to 107.
Holy
And then,
jeez.
but they cruised even with Jokic off the floor,
Yeah.
in large part thanks to your guy, Milutinov,
Yeah,
who
dude.
cruised with 11 points and 9 boards.
Dude, you know who looked good? Micic.
Micic looked good. So we'll get to all. We'll check in on
Sorry,
everyone.
You're trying to be organized, and I'm just vibing over
That's
here.
I need you to do that, man. I need you to. We'll get to our guys. We'll check
Sure.
in. We'll talk about Vasa. But let's start with Jokic here, the headline maker in Denver. And the headline maker, really, anytime he laces them up, anywhere he laces them up. 14 points, 15 rebounds, 9 assists, a Sombor double in 23 minutes. And as is always the case when Jokic is really at his best, it doesn't even look like he's trying hard. Light work, you could call it.
It's so funny when he just would turn and shoot a little hook shot, and it just literally looks like you're practicing
Totally.
on a little
Totally.
baby hoop. You're like, oh, but he just like, it's not, there's no, he just lands. He doesn't react in any way. He's already running back. It's just like so unbelievably routine. And yes, you forget that this is a moment of theoretically the highest competition available on planet Earth.
Because he's just dominating without needing to jump high, without needing to run fast. Long considered essential traits in this sport.
Well, I will say that his way to skirt around that is to just be high to begin with.
yes.
So like
yes.
he can just start high. So he doesn't have to go that much higher.
He is a giant man, as evidenced by his 15 rebounds in this game. And that was something that you talk about the little hoop. You talk about kind of almost a grown man in a child setting. Him on the glass against Puerto Rico, it was too
I
easy.
feel like, and I hate to even bring this up. I'm not even sure it's true. When Jokic's time is done, I hope that they make some sort of like effigy to his arms. Just his like
just the arms.
like, you know how, I mean, this is a bit vulgar, but
Yeah, go for it.
You're Rasputin. They saved his man parts.
Yeah, sure.
Like they just saved him.
Yeah, I
they
was
were
just
like,
thinking about that this
they
morning.
were worthwhile. They were worth saving. Jokic's arms, dude.
You're onto
You know what I
something
mean?
there.
It's like
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
so different than all the others. They should be honored unto themselves.
When they eventually do the extraterrestrials do the Museum of Earth.
Yes, dude.
And here are Nikola Jokic's arms. You'll see they're fixed in their natural position.
Yes, dude. Yeah, like
complaining
out
at
like a
a
shelf.
referee.
Yeah, he just has it forms a shelf of his trophies and accomplishments.
It's funny, man, because he only took 7 shots in this game, and in the first half, I thought it was really all just about rebounding and passing,
Yeah.
which is how Jokic wants it, truthfully. And then the 7 shots he did take, 5 of 7, just too easy. They just weren't big enough. And I liked what you said earlier because Jokic, all this skill, all the IQ, the court mapping, all that stuff in abundance. But then also you kind of forget just
Enormous.
a mobile redwood tree, a huge person.
Dude, yes. That's the foundation of all he does is that he is so skilled but you can't knock him. You can't jostle him. Like you could, if Steph Curry gets nicked on his little toe, they call a foul because it ruins the skill of the 3-point shooter. It's so precise.
Yeah.
Jokic is so precise, and you cannot shake him.
Right.
So it
So
just
even the
always
hands
stays
on
on
the elbows
It
and
always
stuff.
stays on
Right,
track.
right.
It's
When he does miss, you're like, certainly he was fouled. Let's be real.
right, but it wasn't called because we know the score.
Dude, he was dominant. And I loved it because, so I know a lot of our audience for a show like this is much more keyed in on international basketball.
Hell yeah.
For some of them, it's even domestic basketball in some cases than we are. So I apologize if it's somewhat obnoxious, but before Jokic sort of tapped us into the global sport, it's very common, I think, as an American, you watch these international competitions and you don't actually know who these guys are.
No.
Someone pops with a lot of craft or something,
Yes.
a little YMCA game, and you're like, that's my guy,
Yep.
almost ironically.
Yeah.
That's how Jokic hoops, except he's the best player alive. And that ports to the NBA as well. His signature shots are awkward floaters and a wrong-footed jumper that barely creates any separation.
It's just it's funny because you watch Jokic in the context of the global game, which is a different style. It's
Sure.
obviously like more suited his natural tendencies. And you just see like there are certain players who just don't, it doesn't translate to. But Jokic's game is so, like, correct that it doesn't matter. Like,
I like that description.
He'll be, he'll be leading the rush. The guy that has the ball will get him the ball right under the basket. And by all rights, he should just go up. But there's a guy coming down the lane completely unguarded that he just passes to that gets a dunk. And it's like, not to belabor this point, but like Embiid wouldn't do that. He would get it. He would like take a dribble. He'd turn his back to the basket. He'd like make a whole production out of it. And it's just like the way Jokic plays is so effortless. And when you see it again in these settings, it's like even more beautiful and dominant.
Right. He doesn't need to hijack anything for his utility to shine.
It's unreal.
And it's conducive to team basketball in a way that we have rarely, if ever, seen, I think, just in terms of the way basketball greatness typically manifests. And just so fun to, I mean, look, we all know it. We know what we're watching Nuggets basketball for, besides our allegiance to the team in general. You want to see what this guy can do. But it's just so fun to check in on Wednesday, July 31st in the morning and be like, oh, I get to watch him hoop today, man.
Of all of the gifts that Jokic has given us, which are plentiful and seemingly unending, an appreciation for the international game is one that I have to credit him for because it is really fun. Like, there are most people that watch the NBA think of people that watch any kind of Euroball or whatever, even pay attention to it as like sort of a hipster.
Right.
Like,
oh, okay, we get it. You watch a lot of basketball.
It's so fun, man.
Yep.
It just like looks different. It takes a second, but it's like, I mean, the talent level is obviously there. It's fun, man. I love it.
And teams like Serbia really get to shine when their sort of organization, their intuition for playmaking and team basketball, is what can help a team become something greater than the sum of its parts.
Dude.
Today, certainly the case, man, because we're talking about Jokic, of course, on this show. In truth, though, a team effort. 15 points for Petrushev. Bogdanovic added 13. Avramovic was cooking. Your guy Milutinov was good off the bench. Even Davidovic got into this game in the end because Jokic had already posted a triple-double in three quarters.
A Sombor double.
Had nearly posted a triple-double in 3 quarters.
Which would have been the 4th one ever.
Ever in the Olympics.
And then he sat the 3rd quarter on, dude.
Classic. Some things never change, man.
It's
what a classic Sombor double.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously Pesic should not have put him back in, but like, come on, man.
Yeah, come on, man.
We get it, but like, can you just be cool, man?
Yeah.
Just be cool.
Just let him get one.
Dude, give us
and then you take him right back out.
Sometimes it's bigger than the game, man.
You know who would have done that?
Malone, absolutely.
Malone.
Yeah.
Malone would have done that. Because Jokic, not a stat pattern. Malone, I still think maybe a stat pattern.
He's a stat subber.
Right.
He's like, I know you don't want it, but you're getting it. Get in there.
Chad pointing out 7 guys with double-digit points in this game, and that's despite not shooting well from three-point range again. But they had 28 assists on 40 field goals. I just want to brag a little bit about my guys.
Yeah, dude. It's a guy sash, dude.
Petrushev and Avramovic. Yeah, dude.
Guy sash.
Get in here, guys. Come on, fellas. Gather around, fellas.
Guy sesh time.
Just right. Dudes talking dudes.
Dude, I love talking dudes.
Petrushev and Avramovic were absolute ballers today. And dude, so was your guy.
Dude, it's the guy
off the bench.
What about Bogey? How'd Bogey do?
Bogey was okay today. I didn't think he was exceptional, but he wasn't.
That was the most slam dunk guy selection, and he's been.
I mean, he had 13 points. He was good. I'm just saying
I see. You're blinded by your guys. You're blinded by your guys.
That's exactly what happened. No, I just have higher expectations for the captain, the leader of the horde. But he was good. 13 points in,
of course he was good. He's my guy.
24 minutes. Yeah, man. So remember we did the show with Miroslav. I almost forgot his name. Just kidding. We did the show with Miroslav on Sunday at the Winners Lounge, and he was emphatic that Team Serbia would cruise in these games. Certainly looked like it today. I want to talk a little bit more about Serbia's chances, but I'm going to do that, D-Line.
What's that?
On the other side of the break. What should the chat do?
I would say if I was the chat, I'd listen up with very open hearts and eager ears to the message you're about to give them.
I was going for stay tuned. That's a nice sentiment. It's lovely. There's a chance right now that you or someone you know is trying to hire. And if you are trying to do that, then you certainly know how annoying that can be. You need to get yourself situated, get yourself right with Indeed, where they're driven by the search for better. Of course, when it comes to hiring, it's not actually about searching. It's about matching. And Indeed wants to help you do just that. And there are two things that are important to them. They want to help you get this done quickly, but they also only want you to do it once because they want you to get it right. That's why you need Indeed, with over 350 million global monthly visitors, according to Indeed data, and a matching engine that helps you find quality candidates fast. Not just fast, but again, quality.
Quality.
93% of employers agree Indeed delivers the highest quality matches when compared to other job sites, according to a recent Indeed survey.
I can find a bunch of bums immediately, but my perfect person takes a little time.
And with Indeed right now, you can also get this little bonus. Listeners of this show get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/AllCity. Just go to Indeed.com/AllCity right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/AllCity. Terms and conditions apply. Need to hire? Well, you need Indeed. And Indeed, I need to get on the Bet365 app and get some skin in the Olympics, man.
Did you bet on Michael Porter Jr. to medal in shooting?
Well, first of all, did you see that the USA did not medal in shooting, which just culturally feels like a failure?
It really does, dude. Like, that's our game.
Yeah, it seems pretty invested in it.
This is like when Canada loses every Stanley Cup.
Yeah, right. Hang on, man. Get it together. Get it together. If you ever read on who's going to win any of these events, like basketball, for example, you can put your money where your mouth is at Bet365, where they don't do ordinary. They believe every sport should be epic. Right now, new customers can choose between two offers when they open an account at Bet365. Use the code DNVR365 to sign up. Deposit $10. Get two choices. Choice number one, a bet and get offer. That sounds nice. You place a bet of $5 or more, you get 150 in bonus bets. Oh, that's really nice.
Oh.
Or a first bet safety net offer. You can place a bet all the way up to $1,000. And if your qualifying bet loses, well, you received a matched refund in bonus bets. How neat is that?
So neat.
You do have to be 21 or older and physically located in Colorado.
21 is neat, dude.
Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. All right, we're back, and we just watched... I just looked at it, made the mistake of looking at the live chat for a second.
Why would you do that?
While doing a segue, while doing a transition. We were talking about Serbia's medal chances and how our guy Miroslav Čuk was really emphatic about their chances despite the tough loss to...
Yeah, I've switched over. I no longer believe in the host country.
In France?
You're out of here, France. I will, and it is honestly like... I don't know if between Germany, Canada, and Serbia, if I have a top two. I feel all three of those squads
right,
are
is
very
the USA rather.
The USA is going to win gold, unfortunately.
Sure.
For the world.
Sure.
But I don't know who I favor amongst those three.
Yeah, I agree with you that that's the group. France, I think
they're out.
The offense is tough. The offense is tough.
Sorry. I'm sorry. They're soft. I'm sorry.
He's sorry, guys.
I don't want to say it, but they're soft.
No,
Why do I keep saying it?
Even our guy Flo messaged me before the tournament and said, maybe slow your roll on France. I'm not so sure about our chances on the other side of the ball. But yes, Serbia looked great today, man. And I now fully subscribe to Miroslav's belief that they're going to blow South Sudan out of the water. And I think they have a real chance to grab at least silver. And look, Team USA is better than everyone in this competition.
Yeah.
But the competition's going to happen, and someone's got to try to beat them.
Yeah.
And I think if Serbia is responsible and mature here, they'll certainly be contending for a medal. They may get another shot.
They definitely are. They're a very professional team. That's why it's like annoys me, the game between the US and Serbia, because Serbia is a good team.
Yeah.
Like, that's a good squad. Like, that's a good team.
The problem with Serbia, in my opinion, in that matchup, beyond the obvious stuff, the stuff you can't control, like them having LeBron James and Kevin Durant and
Steph
Steph
Curry.
Curry.
Well, that's the point. And also, we'll see. I mean, also, U.S. obviously had, got the most ridiculous performances out of two
That's
guys.
the thing. It was an A-plus game.
It's entirely possible that they
game.
regress heavily if Kevin Durant actually misses a shot this time. So I don't know. Maybe perhaps I'm even too bullish on the U.S., but it certainly feels like it's them and then
I think so too.
Those three.
But I was going to say, and Hugo just threw it in the chat there. If they're going to have any chance against Team USA, they need to hit their threes. And they didn't even again today. They were so good it didn't matter at all.
Right.
6 of 21. Just seems like and this is hardly advanced analysis. Just through 2 games, it just looks like the 3-point shot's the biggest weakness. And, in the modern era, the 3-point era, upsets can happen, but you have to hit them.
Got to hit them.
And they haven't fallen so far for Serbia. So will Jokić be healthier? Will the threes fall? Will they get another chance? We'll see. But I think today was as encouraging from the Serbian perspective.
There's something great about, not something, it's great that point differential matters, so that when Serbia is not only taking it easy on, but absolutely bludgeoning Puerto Rico, it's like I love that they play to the whistle
all the way through
because they gotta.
Because they had
it's
to,
like,
yeah.
Listen, man, I apologize. Like, we can be friends still, our 2 great nations, but I'm gonna embarrass you.
I'm getting this.
Like,
layup,
I can't
buddy.
help it. I don't know what you want me to do.
I'm getting this layup. Yeah, so I feel good about Team Serbia. That was really fun today. And then shout out Vasa Micic. That's for the Vasa fans.
Yeah, dude.
Because we've been hard on the fella.
Yeah, dude.
But 13 points today, 6 of 10 from the field, 7 assists.
Shout out to the Meechers out there, dude.
Dude, he was in the kitchen. I'm not gonna lie. Me Vasa is Sue Vasa, bro.
What do you think about his longer hair?
The boy band hair, I think I don't love it.
Do you see his boy band? To me, it's like, it's kind of like Mark Zuckerberg did.
It kind of is. I wish you hadn't said that.
It's like a guy that's like, oh, man, I gotta relax, man. And you just let
new
it go.
year, new me, bro. This is actually the guy that takes it chill this year. You can see by my hair.
So chill,
Yeah,
dude.
so chill.
So
But
chill.
he
I
was
don't
chill
care,
today.
dude.
Everyone was chill
Yeah, it
today.
was great.
Shout out Vasa, though, for a good performance. We've spent, excuse me, a lot of time on Team Serbia for obvious reasons. Number 1, Jokic.
Well,
Number 2,
those are our guys.
Jokic. Number 3, also,
It's just our guy.
we've
dude.
been to Serbia. It's a big part of the chat. It's a
I'm gonna
big part of the
become Serbian.
listenership.
It's possible.
You're kind of marrying into Serbian.
I'm not kind of. I
Yeah,
am.
that's
There's
right,
a
yeah.
very good chance that one day I'm just never here again.
We've talked about it, buddy.
And then, nobody ever hears from me. And that's because something terrible happened. But there isn't a chance that I also just moved to Serbia.
I'm rooting for that, kind of. It'd be a fun way to just
like
show's
good-
over, D-line move to Serbia.
It's just like Goodwill Hunting. You're like, if I see you back on this set, I'm going to kill you.
yeah, dude. Go be free.
Go be Serbian.
Go rip cigarettes and drink
just
in the country,
blow
brother.
darts and wear sweatsuits. I'm halfway home.
Get after it, my guy. Again, just to be clear, if it seems like we're mocking the culture, he's literally engaged to a Serbian lady.
I love the Serbians.
Okay, but we haven't spent a lot of time on Serbia, and I do think maybe that there are perhaps some Canadian fans in the chat,
Hell yeah,
some
dude.
Jamal Murray fans in the chat that might be thinking, hey man, a little bit of shine over here.
I'm a big Jamal Murray fan.
That's right. We don't want to play favorites here. So I did want to talk a little bit about Team Canada in general, honestly, just briefly, and just mention that they're 2-0, looking good in what we deemed the group of death at the Olympics. And so while there's plenty to talk about with Murray's role and how he hasn't exactly lit the stage on fire, Team Canada certainly threatening to get a medal or positioning themselves to get a medal at this tournament.
They look good. And Murray has not been particularly impressive, but I don't know if I fully ascribe that to him or Canada. Like, Canada has looked so good. He kind of has gotten swept by the wayside because they clearly have a style of play that just doesn't include him, which happens sometimes. And he's put into a position that he doesn't, frankly, excel on in the Denver Nuggets either, where he's playing off ball on the bench, which during the season we're like, oh man, you just got Murray stagger. He can provide the scoring for the bench. Doesn't score ever.
Never
on the
happens.
bench.
That's a
Never
good point,
scored
Eric.
once on the bench.
That's a good point.
So I just don't think he knows how to play the role he's playing.
It's a really good point. And so navigating the role, doing it while the team's winning.
Yes.
And then is he hurt or not? These are all things worth discussing. These are actually things, super producer Alyssa, that he discussed with Ariel Huani. Is that how I say his name? He's the UFC guy. I messed his name up, I'm pretty sure.
Sorry, bro.
He asked Jamal Murray a question recently about this very thing. Jamal gave us an answer. I think we can listen to it together. And Eric, I'll ask for your general reactions.
Sure.
I'm sorry, Alyssa. I just threw that at you it's like that was like a Jokic pass that you just didn't see coming.
Yeah,
and
you
that's
were ahead
on,
of the pack.
No, that's on me. I could have given you a heads up.
Well, we can come back to it.
While she's getting that ready.
Yeah, we'll just come back to it.
Yeah, there are a lot of questions about Jamal right now, starting slow. Was it the obvious stuff? Is it that he's injured? Is it what you just discussed? Is it the role? I know I've asked you this before, but are you worried about this stuff, or is this a talking point because we lack other talking points?
Well, I talked about this a little bit yesterday on the Denver Sportscast with Andre and Mitch, that it's not like none of these are bad necessarily. Like Murray had a bad series. Murray's not lighting the world on fire for Canada. None of these on their own are like alarming, but like we're kind of like stacking things that we have to explain off.
Yeah, that's well said.
And it doesn't. Every one of them can be easily explained off, but like we keep now explaining things off, and I'm ready for something to happen that we don't have to do that for.
I agree. All right, sorry for the turnover, chat. My bad. I got it together. Alyssa's got the video ready.
I should have been ready.
Head in the game.
Okay.
How are you feeling out there? There's always a lot of talk about, are you 100%? How are you feeling? Can you tell us? Congrats. Good luck against Spain. Good to see you there. Yes, sir.
All right, quick recap of those comments there. He just said he feels great. It's about playing their roles. Everybody's playing their roles right now in international basketball. He mentioned other examples on other teams. He said, I'm sure you see Tatum didn't even play a minute for Team USA.
Not a single minute.
So he said, look, we're winning over here. And it's no ego over here for Team Canada. So he mentioned how the starters are playing great. And he's just...
So the one thing that I will say, you guys can... it sounds like you can hear it later, but he was asked, are you healthy? And he said, we got a lot of great players.
He said, I feel great.
The
He did say I feel great.
Yeah, he immediately got off that topic.
Right.
So I think that there's a little bit to that he's just, so I don't know, like all the same, he's just in a role he's just not the star on that team. He's just not. So
that's part of it, no matter how you slice it. So like, even if he is struggling, I think it is still true to remember.
Yeah. Again, like Jason Tatum might not play.
Right. And guys aren't posting 35-point triple doubles either.
Yeah, and he's not like behind nobody.
Right.
He's behind the guy that many people thought had a better season than Nikola Jokic.
That's it. I haven't think he's looked great, but again, he's working his way back. He missed some time with the team. He didn't look great physically wrapping up the postseason, so we'll keep an eye on it. But for now, Team Canada is at least winning and putting themselves in a position as well to compete for a medal. Eric, I asked you if you'd take us online today. You kindly agreed, and we will get to that on the other side of the break. Stay tuned. You have to stay tuned. You have to stay tuned if you want to go online with D-Line. You really don't have to do anything at all to understand the appeal of Miller Lite. You don't have to Google it.
Yeah, dude.
You don't have to double check the recipe.
You gotta drink it one time.
You just got to drink it one time, and it's going to taste exactly how it did when you left it. maybe preferably you're drinking a new one.
Dude,
Don't
some
drink
things-
one you left open.
Some things should never be messed with.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I know, dude. If
And,
it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's what I say.
That's why Miller Lite hasn't fixed it, man. The original light beer, great taste, more of the stuff you want, less of the stuff you don't. Miller Lite makes wins better. Miller Lite makes losses better. Miller Lite makes days where there's no games better.
Oh, bro.
Times change, but you can always enjoy the great taste of Miller Lite. Tastes like Miller Lite. To get Miller Lite delivered right to your door, visit MillerLite.com/DNVR, or you can just get it wherever.
I know. If you really want it, like, go to a bar.
It's any bar, 7-Eleven, a corner store.
I mean, we understand. Like, we want you to go to the website because that.
Please do go to the website
go to the
and use our
website
code.
that people recognize that you're.
But to be clear,
But if you like, you can't get it from the website.
but this is the Miller Lite that you know
But
all
you
about.
can order it from the website.
You've
but
been very familiar
If
with
you
it.
want one, you should just go. It's literally everywhere.
Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories per 12 ounces. Sun is still out. You can still be out. You should still be out, taking advantage of the great outdoors in the great state of our Colorado. In our great state of Colorado. One of the best ways to do that is with Volo Sports. You can get the Volo Pass right now, and if you have a Volo Pass, you have access to the modern day sport and social club that is only $20 a month. It is the best new way to meet new people, get active, and play games in the city. It could be softball, it could be kickball, it could be bowling,
Could be.
could be beer in hand. There's a lot of stuff you could do with
Do
Volo.
they have? Do they still have a fight to the death in there or no?
So legally, they had to get rid of the fight to the death.
But what about beer in hand fight to the death?
That
Is
as
that
well.
still in there? No?
Well, no, you just have to be 21 or up for
Okay,
that.
cool.
But they did get rid of the minors fight to the
Well, I
death.
don't love that, but that's fine.
Whatever. Just kidding. That was never an option, but there are a lot of options you can check out for yourself when you have the Volo Pass. Love doing this ad read because I actually believe this next part that I'm about to say. It is really just one of the best ways to go
Yeah.
see the new city. And if you have a Volo Pass, it travels. So whatever city you're in or move to or are visiting, if they have Volo and you have the Volo
They
Pass,
have a ball that needs to be kicked.
it's time to lace up, bro. Tip ball, jump ball, tip ball,
Yeah.
play ball. Sign up using the Volo app, using code DNVR3 to get the Volo Pass for only $10 a month for the first 3 months.
Yep.
And now it's time to get really serious. We had a lot of fun talking basketball for the first part of the show, but it's
Sure.
time to get honestly as serious as we've ever been.
Yeah, I would say. Alyssa, are you able to take us online?
Let's do it.
Let's go inside the internet. No telling how strange it will get. We'll look at memes and we'll look at GIFs. Everyone will try to riff. It's online with D-Line today.
Wow.
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 Welcome to my neck of the woods, the
Whoa.
internet, dude.
Hang on, we're live right now? We're in the
Yes.
internet?
You don't recognize it?
We're in the internet?
Listen, man, this is more like the Matrix. I take the whole pod and we're in the internet, and you don't realize it because you're part of a simulation that I'm in control of. How do you feel about that?
Not great.
Yeah, no, I don't
but
feel good
I'll
about
just
that
put my
either.
seatbelt on, you drive.
Oh, wow. There's been a lot of things that have been happening online since last we ventured in it together. I found, I would say the 5 most important things you've ever seen in your entire life. And we're going to watch them one after the next in riff. Alyssa, are you able to bring up the first one? So, okay. I've been spending a lot of my time on TikTok these days. So I've become like a TikTok guy. So
I've
like
noticed
most of my
that,
clips
actually.
are TikTok now. Like, how do you feel about that?
You're evolving with the world around you, and it's the internet.
Okay, so hopefully you're able to see this. Let's just watch the first one. Let's see what happens. There's a new kind of guy out there. It's a rollerblading coffee guy.
Looking like a pretty full lot.
It's a rollerblading what?
Coffee guy. Okay.
This guy rollerblading.
Guy rollerblade.
Oh no!
Yeah, he was making a coffee run rollerblading. And he lost it all. And I laughed for like 10 minutes when I saw this. Let's watch again. Tried to go up the curb, wasn't able to make it all the way. All coffee down, and the worst part is that is clearly the juice from God himself, iced coffee. The most appropriate
no.
Yeah, dude, don't go on a coffee run with rollerblades.
Couple of parts about this that really appeal to me
Looking like a
is first of all the sound. The sound's great. The ice.
Yeah, you hear every ice cube
scattering
spread
is pretty
across,
good.
and it sounds refreshing.
The second is how he just lays there and refuses to accept his fate for a second.
Well, I think that there's some part of having to acknowledge what just happened. Like he's literally laying in $30.
Right. Oh no! Look at this. It's not the pain of the fall; it's the pain of the realization.
And the zoom in. It's actually so perfect that you wonder if it's staged.
Yeah.
You wonder if it's staged.
Oh.
So anyway, so we can't do Olympic events. Actually, I figured that these are our Olympic events.
That's right.
So rollerblading, what would you give that guy?
Yeah.
What do you give him? Technical score? Any deductions?
That's right. Very strict Olympic media guideline. You can't share them.
This is online with D-Line's
So we couldn't-
Olympiad events.
We couldn't get you the highlights.
Yeah.
I will give that guy. I won't medal him for rollerblading. I will give him a gold medal for crashing. For the way he accepted it.
Okay. I think that's fair. Alyssa, can we see the next event? Garage door closing. The next event.
I heard Lithuania's great at this.
Okay. It's got the sensor, needs to hop it.
Oh no. Oh no.
Let's watch that one again. There's a sensor at the bottom of the garage door that if you trip it, it'll send the door back up. So he needs to leap it. Did not take into consideration the amount of door that had come down already and the size of gent that he is. Right to the head.
Right to not a problem I've ever had, actually.
And the best part is that dudes rock so much. Not one of his friends went to see if he was okay.
Right. We know largely he'll be okay. What's more pressing is how brilliant that was.
Let's watch it one more time.
Oh,
Yeah. Yep.
That's like
again, not one of his friends even. He gets up, picks up his hat. The friends are inside dying of laughter. He may be dying of a hematoma. Doesn't matter.
it's kind of what it
Dude's
looks
rocks.
like when Adam just gets into a car.
Yeah,
you know,
that's what- yeah, that
just walks in anywhere.
What would you give this guy in the long jump? What would you give this guy?
In the long jump, gold medal. Because look at that air, dude. Big air. Big. Embarrassingly, I can clear the sensor and not even come close
All
to
right, and
hitting my
listen,
head.
we hear the criticism here at Online with D-Line that we're quote unquote too focused on clips where guys fall down and get hurt.
All right, we're sorry.
We hear it. We've heard the criticism. Stop writing letters. Brandon's heard enough. Fine. We're going to expand our reach just a little bit, and I want you to tell me. You're a guy that I think in general is able to understand and recognize true talent when you see it. Would
yeah.
you not?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, for example, you identified Facu Campazzo.
That's
You know
right.
what
I
mean?
thought you were going to lead with Jokic.
You tell me what you think of this, Jen. Alyssa, if you would please. Just from a talent level. Eating apples while juggling them.
Oh, wow. Juggling?
He's juggling and eating apples, dude. And he's also smashing his teeth. This hurts my teeth to hear.
I'm actually kind of mesmerized.
I know, dude. I want to hear your thoughts. Tell me about it.
All right. Sorry, I was actually so locked in I couldn't
dude.
even answer your question. My first thought is, could Jokic do this? The juggling
Yeah,
part
dude, but
is
Jokic
a
doing
yes.
it with like 5 apples.
Yeah. It's the eating. The teeth clanking against each other, though.
But I think that's actually the teeth piercing the flesh of the apple.
But
that's
the
it-
forcefulness of the
But that's
bite.
it penetrating the apple skin, which is quite taut.
That's what I mean, though. Think about how forceful the bite has to be for you to get a piece.
So this is obviously, I'm entering this as a men's floor routine for the,
I accept this submission.
like pretend that this is a ribbon that he has. Like, what would you, where does this man, does this man medal? He has to, for
I
this,
like
right?
how Alyssa is just played it again, by the way.
Yeah,
in
you
case
just
you
keep
didn't.
going, dude, of course. Are you going to stop watching this?
Yeah, no, coach. Okay, so this guy is our easiest gold of the day.
Yeah, right? That's a gold medal.
No one's coming close on
That's
this.
a gold medal effort, right?
No one's coming close on
A
this.
gold delicious?
A gold delicious. Oh, you're too good at this.
Wow, now watch this, dude. Now, okay, we watched actual Olympic skateboarding. Did you see that event?
I did.
Very dangerous, very precarious.
Very
lot
cool.
Very cool. Those guys look awesome. Honestly,
They
I
do.
love their outfits. Like they just really look like official and have the right amount of style.
Right. I agree.
Some people say that that's too dangerous though for children to
Yeah,
watch.
yeah.
This, I think, is really more up the speed for any parents that are among those. This is the fingerboard championships. So let's watch. Let's see. You tell me what you think of this guy. So he's plotting out his routine. You tell me how impressive this is. Well, okay, you'll see. You'll see. We just got to let this one play for a little bit. Okay?
He's got to map the
got
course.
a fingerboard. Okay. Yep. Okay. Oh, didn't land it. Gotta go. Hold on.
How many people are in the audience?
Quite a few. Okay, so
astounding.
just let this play. Okay, let's watch. He's got to clear his head. He's got to make sure the bearings are on his side. He's got to thank his maker. Okay, let's go. Come on. Okay, yep. Back forward. Didn't quite land it. Did not quite land it. Need one more. You get that's why you get multiple.
That's why you get multiple takes.
That's why you get multiple attempts. The crowd
Guy
is
gassing
on
him up.
pins and needles. This is more people than have ever watched me do anything in
I
my
don't
entire
understand
life.
how many people are watching this.
Watch. Ah!
Never give up,
Believe
dude.
that? Never give up.
Surrender.
Never stop.
Crowd goes nuts.
Can you believe? Have you ever seen anything more inspiring? The children around the world are believing in a new reality that they could be a part of. Have you ever seen something so beautiful?
You know what? A real thing I was just thinking about was, like, it's insane how many things there are world championships for. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, dude.
It's like your friend with the weird niche hobby growing up.
Yeah.
Let him be, dude. He's
dude.
going to be a world champion one day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Everyone's a world champion.
It doesn't matter what it is.
Everyone's a world champion. They just don't know in what.
Yeah, dude. But there is a tournament you can go to.
What would you say the year the world champion in, by the way?
Well, let's not say everyone, but most people could be world champions.
You know what I think I'm the world champion in?
What's that?
Denver Nuggets sarcastic comments.
I would say that
I think I'm the best in the world at making sarcastic comments about the Denver Nuggets.
there's a good chance that I am the world's most prolific manual air horner, but
Yeah, dude. Listen, you're the best Denver Nuggets themed air horn maker in the entire
thanks,
world.
buddy.
No question. Harrison's creeping up on you a little bit, I'll have to say.
Whatever. Whatever, dude. I agree with the chat. I can't believe how many people not only can you take your niche hobby further than you think, close to 100 people will come to watch you perform it.
Well, I have to believe those are fellow competitors.
Dude, that event has juice.
You know what the greatest thing is to think is that maybe they're not. They're actually just people that showed up. That's actually just the fans. Unbelievable. Anyway, beautiful. I feel a stir in my heart. What would you give? Is that a gold medal?
No, dude, I actually hate I look in dunk contests or BMX or skating or whatever.
Oh, when they miss a couple.
I think if you're out, you're out.
Dude.
You know,
if you dude,
if you blew your dunk, I'm not. You know the rules say you have to ignore it because if he gets it on the third time, you have to ignore the misses. Sorry, buddy, I can't give you a 50.
Yeah, dude.
You're not getting
It's
a 10.
It's like somebody says something in court and you're like, "Hey, you have to forget that." You're like,
Oh,
"But
yeah,
I heard it."
Yeah. What
do you
Hey,
mean?
actually, jury, please ignore that. You're like,
Yeah, dude.
Well, now you're just highlighting.
You're
it.
like, he said he was guilty.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
I guess I forget that.
I don't know. I'll just pretend it didn't happen.
All right, and then I brought one back to basketball, like a fuck.
Oh, you
like
did?
just a loser.
What a
like
loser.
a Trump, dude. I don't know that we all talked about this on the show. I just want to watch this. This is the first time in history Russell Westbrook has presented a positive, friendly, or welcoming emotion towards me, and it makes me feel weird inside because I don't know how to be.
Oh wow! All right,
This is Brody saying welcome to Nuggets Nation.
Brody.
Nuggets Nation, what's the deal? Happy to be here, excited. It's going to be fun. Can't wait to see you guys out there. Let's do it. Nuggets Nation, what's the deal?
Isn't that weird, dude? Like, normally he has that smile, but he's smiling like sarcastically at you and he's yelling at a child who's courtside, which literally happened because a child touched him and he made a whole big thing about it and then pretended he was getting assaulted by the child. Anyway, I love this.
Yeah,
This
you
is
got to
like
come all the
maybe-
way around now. Come all the way around.
That feels like at least again, like no one appreciates pandering more than I do.
Oh, dude, we're like pander. Like we're open for business, dude.
We're pander bears.
That's why KCP was so good at it. Dude, all right, we got to take a break, but it honestly is so weird that Russell Westbrook is a Nugget. It's a really hard one to wrap my head around until they play.
Yeah, dude. All right. Stay tuned. We're coming back down from the internet.
On the other side of the break, we're going to look at your super chats. We're going to talk a little bit about this Team USA game that just tipped off, and emphasis on a little bit. If you have any live mailbag questions, feel free to toss them our way. But we're just going to chat a little bit and then get out of here. But first, Alyssa, I lied to you and everyone involved. There's no third break. The bumper looked great, though. Good job.
One of the greatest highlights of this week, or maybe it was last week, was when you beamed proudly to Kale and you're like, look at me, I'm learning, because you didn't start talking till after the bumper started. And then you read the wrong ad.
Unbelievable. I went right into literally the wrong ad. I was crushing it.
He was like, look at me, Kale, I'm learning. And then he read the wrong ad for the wrong day and then had to read an additional ad.
Just baby hilarious Slack messages coming in from Kale. What are you doing? Where did you get this? It's Monday. Listen,
cool.
I was learning. As I've learned just now, live on the spot, there is no third break. So why don't we start, Alyssa, with those super chats? Who knows? We maybe even end early. There's almost no chance we end early. We've never done that.
If we find ourselves without anything else to talk about, we'll just we're gonna play a little game I like to call insult session, where we just hurl insults at each other until one of us
is too offended.
One of us like says, "All right," and it's over.
Yeah, that's right. Too close to home. Yeah. All right, cool. Well, we have 3 super chats, and they're all from Cedric Exquisite. Friend of the show, Cedric. No vote and no D-line. You really have to read super chats first. You should have been here yesterday on TDSP.
With Yellow and Mitch. That's Andre and Mitch. Although on the show he didn't call him Mitch, he called him Bald. Yellow and Bald.
Yeah, you don't have to lead. Bald guys know they're bald.
Yeah, man. This is just, you can take this, you can leave this advice. Don't call someone that.
Yeah.
They don't like it.
It's like when you tell me, wow, dude, you're pretty short. I'm like, I wasn't under any different impression. You know? I knew that about myself.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, next one. P.S. It might be cancer. It's been rough. # pray for me.
You can't do this to us. We don't know if you're joking. You give us a jokey message and
Cedric,
then like an extremely heavy one.
You lead with a really light one, and then you get into...
We don't know how to react to this because we don't know if you're serious.
If you just told us... I mean, obviously, in all seriousness, if you just told you have cancer, we're very, very sorry.
We don't know how to act. Go to the next one.
All right.
Sorry, or don't joke about that.
All right, and let's finish. Kale, don't hate me for not fist bumping you in Las Vegas.
Kale's not here.
It's Alyssa, and she does hate you for it.
Yes.
She just told us that off the...
So, okay, do you have plans for this last little part?
I have 2 minutes.
Okay. Well, go. Say it.
Team USA is playing right now against South Sudan, who gave them a lot of trouble in the showcase game. So when you are done with this show / are already done with this show, you can go check that out. Someone in the chat did say that Jason Tatum is starting in that game, by the way. All jokes aside, he is pretty good at basketball, so I did think he was going to play at some point. Anyway, there's your Team USA update.
Okay. So what I was going to say, I just wanted to go back to the Brody thing.
Yeah, all right, go back to it.
Just let's talk about that video. Let's talk about what, from your point of view, how much of that was posturing? How much of it is genuine? Let's go full armchair psychologist. What did you see in that video?
I don't think it was a 10 out of 10 pander job.
Okay.
But I don't think, first of all, let's keep it real. Russell Westbrook has played for some big time organizations, or some wealthy organizations. The UC Health practice court doesn't exactly inspire. They don't have 2 full courts in there.
Right.
So as far as like bringing a former MVP in and be like, hey man, get pumped, I probably wouldn't have led with the UC Health Practice Center. That's my take.
Yeah.
Sorry,
the thing.
UC Health, by the way.
I know, dude.
Who's a partner of ours. Not a shot on you. You didn't build the arena.
Here's the thing, though. This is why it sucks. I would love to get past this conversation. We know that they're going to build a practice facility. It's
part of
the larger plans. And it doesn't mean the Nuggets, it's like the Nuggets won a championship. You don't need a plush. Like the Clippers have the greatest facilities in the world, and they suck. suck, and they're never
This
going to
is
win
kinda
because
true.
they pander and they cater to their stars, and that tore that team apart. That they tore the league apart to put together. So whatever. It's a basketball court. You know what I mean? Like I want them to have it better, but it's like that's not the true measure of the Nuggets.
No,
I know what
just
you're
joking.
saying though.
I was just joking.
I know what you're saying. I know, but I just felt like I needed to say that. But in general, yeah, I want to. I mean, it's a good start. Good start. He did what I asked, which was he made the first move.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm
Yeah.
again like
You know, the thing with Westbrook is it's been some contentious relationships with fan bases since he left OKC.
oh yeah,
Or some ups and some downs. So I remember I asked Boogie Cousins this, how much he embraced being a Nugget, like being part of the team and the organization. When he had a really good stretch here and people were coming around on him, and he had a really honest answer about at that stage in his career, he had bounced around so many times and he had been told so many things by organizations only to see them go differently. Kind of tepid, kind of reserved, like it's cool to be a part of a fun team. It's also a business, and you don't know where you'll be the next year. You don't know how the fan base will feel about you. So I wonder maybe if there's a bit of that for Russ, right? Like he's going to come in here, he's going to play hard. We know that, but he doesn't know how the fan base is going to embrace him.
well, yeah. I mean, he was open. This is like when you show up and you join the team that like you had. We talked about this with hockey. Like you show up to the team where you were getting fist fights with them
Right.
the year prior, and you're like,
Right.
"Hey, man, what's up, dude?" He's to the fan base. He's like,
Right.
He's been personally responsible for some pretty dark moments.
Oh yeah, and has had some of his bright moments of his career in Denver.
yes, but it was a dark moment for us.
And has been purposely antagonistic with Rocky and everything and all that.
Not antagonistic, warring.
And so now he comes in, and it's so weird, man. Especially with these guys that have been so associated with certain teams for so long.
I know. Well,
But
who's here? Do you think of him as a Thunder?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
I do. But you know what I someone says Tatum just hit the side of the backboard. Thank you for the update. But you know what's funny though? I guess the reason why it's so weird is this is normal for the NBA, a player of Westbrook's caliber bouncing around towards the end of his career.
Yeah.
They just don't normally go to Denver.
They don't ever go to Denver.
It's never
The ring chasing.
these guys taking minimums to play here.
Yeah, no, it's DeAndre Jordan. That's honestly somebody we can look. We never really like gave him that thought of like a guy that it was part of the upper echelon of NBA talent that
Sure.
is now on the back nine, has
Sure.
signed with a team like Denver because he is ring chasing. It worked for him. Congratulations. Enjoy your ring. But like, yeah, Russell Westbrook being another guy like that, it's the minimum thing. That's the crazy part is that both those guys, I don't think that they could. I mean, I think they could go a lot of places to play the roles that they're playing. Like,
Sure.
but they wanted Denver. So,
And if Russ helps Denver win a championship or get back to the
oh
finals.
my God,
He's 35, 34, 35.
we'll
But
call him Mountain Westbrook.
he can still get paid again. Like it's not. So my point is, coming to Denver worked out for Jeff Green, worked out for DeAndre Jordan, it worked out for Bruce Brown, it worked out for KCP.
Yep, it worked out for Ish Smith.
Ish Smith, sure, honestly,
It did.
So if it works out for Russ, this really could be a turning point in what I know some people in the org feel should be a selling point to free agents is, come do your, anytime you're in the bet on yourself stage, the in-between contract phase of your career, take the 1+1 or the one here.
Yep.
Do it here.
Yep.
Because Jokic will get you paid.
Yep.
So I don't know. That's one interesting. Obviously, the biggest thing to us is just go win another title. But it could be a fun ripple effect to Russ working out in Denver. Is that it opens the door for even more players to start doing
that's
that.
what it is to be in a window, in a championship window, is that the things come like through the window, like opportunities arise, like and then it becomes a game of, once it's been built, then it becomes how do you play the second stage of the game where you look at say Giannis's team, Milwaukee. Milwaukee is currently failing that test. Like they're not making the right moves to maintain, to build upon. They're firing coaches. They're bringing in aged superstars to be
hasn't worked out since the title.
Be pillars of their team, and so. Calvin Booth is now in this stage of the championship window, which is like super interesting. So, like getting quality players for cheap is a great strategy.
I love it. Okay, I think we have 2 more super chats, Alyssa.
Hey, oh wow, one of them's from Cedric.
Bubbles buzzer beater. Reminder that Jordan McRae sucks, and Christian Brown is the GOAT.
What do you think the last like legitimate super chat we got was? That it was like something we needed to answer, or like a question about the show or something.
Maybe this next one, Cedric Exquisite. I hope Russ excels.
Yep.
No Eric Novo. I'm serious. Well, then, of course, seriously, Cedric. Condolences, brother, and we're very sorry to hear that.
I hope that's not. Yeah,
we're thinking of you, man. We hope that's not the case, and prayers and good thoughts to you, brother. Sorry to hear that. Well, that's one note to end the show on. Team USA is playing South Sudan.
Yeah, I'm watching it a little bit on the side.
Yeah, let's
here.
go. Let's go watch that.
Let's go watch that game.
The chat wants to watch that game.
Yeah. We love you. Thanks for going online with us. We'll see you tomorrow.
We'll be live tomorrow. We'll be live Friday, and then again on Saturday after the games because no show yesterday. We'll make it up to you on Saturday. Thanks for hanging. See you tomorrow.
We all silly like the mayor.